Alright, now we're going to go to the card planner. So I'm going to go here to Application and Card Planner, which I already have open over here. Before I show you the day-to-day use, I want to show you how I might set up my card planner. So first here I have my trips, so I've got Canton loads. So I can set up different boards, we call them, or different views of what orders do I want to look at. Here I've got a Canton load, a Cleveland load, and a Louisville load. Over here on my power, this is by the drivers. I want to also have my Canton drivers, my Cleveland drivers, and my Louisville drivers. So I'm going to choose Canton loads, Canton drivers. I'm dispatching for 217, and I only want to see drivers who are on duty. Remember our driver schedule feature? I know who's on and who's off for each day. So I only want to see the guys that are on duty for the Canton loads. I'll go ahead and click on refresh, and when I click on refresh, it loads up my loads on the top portion and my drivers down on the bottom portion. Many customers are also using dual monitors to where they'll have their loads entirely on the left monitor and their drivers entirely on the right monitor. So currently I have Tom Brady and Drew Brees. I want to also make sure that I put Peyton Manning on for today because I got a lot of orders here. So I'm going to go to the off-duty board. Here I see Peyton Manning. I'm going to go ahead and do a shift login logout from the right click menu. I'm going to switch him from being off to on, and I'm also going to fill in that he's in tractor 18 with trailer 18. So I can turn guys on or off through the shift login, and he's going to start at 900. I also have a little notes section up here, so if a driver would call off, and if I wanted to record that information, I could put in why he's calling off and then have different reports that I run off of that. So I'll go ahead and close here, and I'm going to go ahead and update that or save. And now when I come back to my on-duty board, I'll have 3 drivers on instead of 2. Okay, so the basic idea here is that up top I want to be able to see what orders do I have out there that I want to be able to plan to the drivers, or have the optimizer plan to those drivers. So I want to be able to see what I have out here. So currently I have mine set up with order number, bill to, pickup ID and city, consignee ID and city, the retain and run out, different fields. If there are fields that were important to you that you want to move around, you can just take one of these fields and move them to where you want to see it. So if I really wanted to see total volume, I can just click that field and drag it down, and there I see total volume. If I didn't like that it was called total volume and I wanted to call it something else, for instance, if I didn't like pickup ID but I refer to that as a rack, I can right click and change this from pickup ID to rack ID. So I can change the names of the columns to suit your business. Likewise, I have this field chooser over here to the far left, and in here this lists all of the available fields that I could put on. So for instance, the ones that are checked are already on the screen, but if I worked with carriers often and I wanted to see the carrier field somewhere closer, I can also just click that and drag it and maybe drop it over here, and so now I'll see my carrier field on my board. Likewise, if I don't want to see the carrier field, I can just click on it and drag it up, and it will take it off. So these are very easy to customize. I can move the fields around, I can rename them, I can put different rules and different sorts on them. So I can say that I want to sort it by retain time, so I have all the ones that are, as soon as they can fit first. And then I can save these on either a global level if I'm a system admin, or a user level if I'm not a system admin. So I can go ahead and save those grids once I get them set up to be sorted the way that I want them to be able to, to be sorted to view the information I need to see. Down on the bottom left, I also have my driver grid. So here's Tom Brady. I can right click on Tom Brady. I have a cell designer down there. So when I pick up my cell designer, the current fields I have is driver name, tractor, trailer, does he have Mobilecom, what time did he log in, those type of things. If there are other fields that I wanted to see on here, for instance, there's a status, a shift status. If I wanted to see the shift status, I could drag that over here, and I could replace my display hours with my shift status so I could see if he was on or off. So you can move fields around in different orders, or drag different fields over here to the left. Same thing, you can save this layout, and if you're an admin you can save it for other users, or if you're a user you can save it for yourself. Likewise, if I had an order on a driver, I'll go ahead and drag this down here real quick just to show you. We're not going to save it though. If I have an order on a driver, I can also right click on my planned orders section and go to Cell Designer on the trips. And same thing as my driver block, I get a list of fields on the left that I can put over there in my block, and I can customize my block for the information that I need to see. And I'm calling this my CP or Card Planner Planned block, and I can save that for different users with the Layout Manager if I'm the admin. So that's some of the setup that I can do to be able to customize this and make it user specific or business specific. Maybe you have an asphalt fleet that wants to see different things than the light oils fleet.